Okay, fellas, look, it's the last game of a disappointing season, and if I'm honest, a lot of you aren't going to be around next season, so get out there and make sure you give these fans a real performance that they can remember you by. No, Kelvin, mate, we've got plenty to remember you by. You'll be watching from the stands.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on the Impossible Dream. Season 5, Episode 13, mercifully the end of this really disappointing season. To be honest, we've got 70 points. It's not horrible, is it? It's really not, but it just has felt very, very disappointing. Now, there is going to be a lot of change this off-season. I'm really excited about the off-season. Just got to catch you up on a few people that are known to be departing. First of which is Hartman. He's off for 300 grand to Lugo. I think that's Spain, isn't it? I was trying to, you can see, get a little bit more. I was trying to, there's a bit of competition for him, but 300 was as high as that fee would go. And the other player that is off is Purser. Now, 2 million we've got for him. Again, you can see I was trying to up the fee a little bit more, but 2 million for someone whose contract was up at the end of next season. He's not been bad for us by any stretch of the imagination, but he's 27. Are we really going to want to renew him at the end of next season? I certainly would hope not. So to get 2 million for him now is pretty good, I would have thought. So I was quite pleased to say goodbye to him. Now the other player that looks like they're going to be off is the goalkeeper Nasevic. 850 grand potentially we're getting for him. Let's hope he does leave. And we paid 16 grand for him for Dinamo. He's not done what I wanted him to do, and so I think top of our shopping list this off-season is going to be a goalkeeper. So yeah, let's hope we get 850 grand to put towards that with the departure of Nevesic. So there are 6 games, I believe, to catch you up on since last episodes. We just kind of accelerated through to the end of the season. The first of those was against Bordeaux, relegation fodder. Let's go see how we did. We fell behind early via a Skoko deflection, but Skoko quickly had us level before Bosanjak played in Skoko to put us ahead. And Skoko then turned provider for Philip to get our third, before an own goal made it 4-1. So a little bit of an early fright in this one, and then, yes, it was the Skoko show pretty much after that. Absolutely destroyed them, and, a very, very comfortable win, which is always very nice, isn't it? Next up, it was, really the form side almost of the league, Varison, trying to, of course, nip Hajduk Split for 4. We went ahead in first half stoppage time, thanks to Skoko. So, a deserved win. It was a game that we probably should have scored another 2 or 3 goals. We missed some very good chances, but we defended well, and 1 goal was enough. So, the lowering of the tempo seems to be working, doesn't it? Which put us against Rijeka. Now, Rijeka, of course, are who we are battling for second, so let's go see if we can take a big step towards that. We fell behind through a Zebic own goal. So we were really, really poor in this one, but equally, we should have got at least a draw out of it. You can see we did just about out XG them, but all the match stats were more or less equal. We just look at the striker match ratings. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. We didn't show up and still could easily have taken something from the game. So that made getting second in the league very, very difficult as we went to face Lokomotiva. We took a lead when Hawaii crossed for Fillet. And it was 2-0 just after half-time when Turpic poked home his first career goal, before Lokomotiva pulled one back late on. So finally, one of the young strikers promising strikers has got themselves a goal. Gary Turpic, well, not a classic, but it'll do. Now, Philip got himself injured in this one. It's season over for him, unfortunately, but with essentially nothing to play for, it's not the end of the world. It gives us a chance to give some other players some game time. We did play the young South African. Now, he has been capped by South Africa, but didn't really cover himself in glory in this one. But it was actually a better performance, I think, than the scoreline shows. We were under our XG, so possibly we should have got 1 or 2 more as well. Next up, it was Gorica. We fell behind through a Bosniak own goal, but drew level when Pembele played in Matanovic. before Gorica went ahead again in the second half. And then Palumbo drew us level at 2. So drawing this one was quite unfortunate, but the finishing was poor. I gave Turpic the start, thinking maybe he'll be able to kick on, having got himself a goal, but that was not the case. Now our XG is obviously massively increased by the fact we had a penalty, but still we out XG'd them quite comfortably. And yeah, just poor finishing again. Should have won this game. Again, the young South African, I don't think he's going to make it with us, unfortunately. A lot of potential there when we signed him, but the unambitious personality, I think, is holding him back a little bit. All right, one last game to catch you up on is against Aussie. We fell behind early through a Skoko own goal. But we were level before half-time when Dekic and Skoko combined. And then took a lead when Bosniak played in Matanovic. So another game in which we dominated and another game in which we were just poor in front of goal. Pranjic, I think he's leaving. I think he's going to leave. We're trying to get him some match sharpness and one last goal perhaps, but yeah, not quite happening. And lots of own goals, isn't there? I mean, the first Skoko deflection wasn't actually an own goal, but Bosniak in the last game, Skoko in this one, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. At least it shows, I suppose, that we're getting back and putting our bodies on the line. But anyway, let's see what all that did to the league table. And, well, there we go. We are in the Europa Conference League for next season. I can tell you that Dinamo lost in the cup. It's Slaven Belupo versus Sibenek, I think. So that's not great. 2 second-tier sides. One of them's going to be in Europe, and that's not going to do the coefficient any favours, is it? But, yeah, Hajduk misses out on Europe altogether, and it's a good thing we came third, isn't it? There's nothing for us to play for here. Bordeaux have been relegated, and Istra are going to the playoff, and that's who we are playing today. So let's go and have a look at that. And we are expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. And this is the team that we are sending out. Now, we're trying some players that we know are leaving or that are likely to leave. We're trying to give them some send-offs. I'm looking at Grafinha in there. We'll give him some game time, though. So it is Nasevic in goal. In all likelihood, hopefully anyway, his last game for us. Unfortunately, Sakanji's injured, so that's why he's not there. Bekenic, it's his last game. He has already agreed to transfer away. Possibly Dashka's last game, though I'm more leaning towards keeping him now. Santiago is going to play this one. Dekic, trying to make a definitive decision on him, whether we want to keep him or not. Rovers plays. Then we've got Grafinha, who's one of the youngsters, training on well, so we're going to give him a start here. Palumbo is staying. Olmarkic gets a start as one of the youngsters. And then Matanovic with Pranjic. It is, as I said, in all likelihood, Pranjic's last game for us. He has been a wonderful, wonderful player for us. But he's had a horrible season, hasn't he? Absolutely horrible season. We'll try and give Tolik a send-off. He's going to be leaving. He wants, I think, £1,200 a week. And I think he's degrading. I don't think we want to use up a spot in the squad on him. So yeah, we'll try and get him a send-off as well. He's another one that's been a good player for us. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. They've got a Bosniak as well. Don't recognise too many other names there. And yeah, so at some point we need to talk about the plans for give the appropriate send-off. Let's go with that. It's always difficult, I find, to motivate the team at the end of the season. So we'll see how we go. It is a home game, so hopefully that'll work in our favour. But yeah, we are going to have a very busy summer, I think. What I'm trying to do is, there's a lot of players in the squad that I think, because we won the league so quickly and completely unexpectedly, whereas I had signed players to sort of get us to Europe and then kind of kick on the squad a little bit from there, we've basically got guys like, I think, Persa, like Bekenic, Hartman's probably another one that have already left, that they're not quite good enough for what we need them to be right now, and they're getting unhappy because when we signed them, I signed them as regular starters or first team players or whatever the case may be. They're expecting that, and they're not really good enough for that. So yeah, I do think we need to do quite the squad clean out. Now, there's also people like Bosniak, who's got a lot of interest from bigger teams. Pembele's another one. Not guys that I want to sell. I think Pembele's got interest from like Dortmund and stuff. So yeah, I mean, if we get bids that might well be worth accepting, then we'll need to possibly look at doing that. Palumbo's another one. He's got some big clubs interested in him, mostly French, I think. Matanovic has got some big German clubs interested in him, or fairly big names. Maybe I'm not sure what division they're in. So, yeah, we'll have to kind of see. We've got some nice play going here. Palumbo's with a chance. Palumbo's in. Palumbo across the face of goal. And in for a corner eventually. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes. Now, what I'm slightly concerned about is leaving ourselves a little bit short as a header there is straight at the goalkeeper. But part of the reason for letting Tolic go is so that this guy, Lovric, can play. He's a promising young attacking midfielder, so similar sort of player, or certainly potentially. So I want to try and make sure that we're not blocking. Oh, it's a good header and a good save. Yeah, I want to try and make sure that we're not blocking game time for the youngsters coming through by trying to keep some of the older players. Now, that may be a short-term loss, long-term gain kind of thing. As it's back post, and Dekic's header is again saved by the goalkeeper. Now, if we're looking for a goalkeeper, is this a guy that we could potentially look to sign? I know someone in the comments was saying that they signed him and he ended up being really, really good. I don't know, like I've looked at the scout report and I've looked at him and I'm just not completely convinced, but he's certainly having, maybe not having such a good game. There's a penalty being given here. Now, let's get Pranjic onto penalties so he can have a farewell, or at least an attempt at goal. Where are you, Pranjic? There you are there. Not the greatest penalty taker the world's ever seen, but it's not about that today. Penalty has been awarded, and Pranjic will take. Come on, mate. Get yourself your goal, and then we can take you off. Oh, he has got it. Well done to Pranjic. It's his 8th of the season, which isn't terrible, I suppose, considering we've struggled for goals most of it, but yeah. I wonder a little bit, he's not the quickest. I wonder if lowering the tempo down might actually suit him a little bit better. Am I talking myself into keeping Pranjic? His contract's not up, so it's not like we'll be releasing him. He's got next season. Maybe we do keep him for another year and just see if the lower tempo, because he's physically a bit of a mess. It's the off-the-ball movement and finishing that is his strength, and maybe with a lower tempo, if we go back to that, maybe that'll help him out a little bit. But anyway, not a classic first half, but you probably wouldn't expect the classic at this time of the season. And we will make changes, but maybe not at half-time. I definitely want to get Tolic on, because, as I say, I think he's off. Zebic is looking as though he is going to leave as well. The 2.3 million option that we have to buy him, we can trigger it. There was one time he wanted to negotiate with us. He wants, like, was it 15 grand a week or something, and we can only offer basically half of that. I think 8 is as high as I can go. So that doesn't look great for him staying, certainly permanently. Maybe there's a chance we get him back on loan for a 17th season, but again, that's it's probably unlikely. And at some point, if he doesn't want to play for us permanently, then at some point, Rovis, oh, it's a classic goal. It's a good strike, but the build-up play was superb, and it is 2-0, and Rovis has himself another one. He only scores good goals, and this time, maybe more so, he was at the end of a good little move. Goalkeeper possibly should have done a little bit better there, but a good Rovis strike nonetheless, and it is 2-0. Alright, so let's go and take off Olmarkic. He's had his game time. We'll get Tolic on for him. And we'll try and get Tolic a farewell goal if we can at all manage it. Let's make a couple of changes here. What we could do is let's get Zebic on, just in case it is the last we see of him. What we might do is take Grafinha off, who had a heavy match load anyway. Dashka can move forward, that's fine. And what else do I want to do here is the big question now, isn't it? Alright, what we might do, it's probably a good opportunity here to give some youngsters some game time. So we'll move Lovric in there, and then Tolic, as his farewell performance, can go up as a deep lying forward. And it gives him a little bit more of a chance to score a goal from up there as well, doesn't it? Alright. Yeah, it's disappointing with Zebic. We'll see what happens through the summer. Yeah, we're gonna have to strengthen at centre back because of pretty much selling off. Oh, it is a Pranjic second goal, or is it? It's a good ball in from Dekic. Oh, it is going to count. So Pranjic has a double. So now, do we look for a farewell appearance? Well, there's a part of me now that thinks maybe with the lower tempo, Pranjic stays. So, yeah. Maybe we need to think about that. And he's only just on. So is there somebody over here? No, he's only just on. It looked, if anything, like he might have been off. So let's take Pranjic off. He's done brilliantly. And we'll get Rakic on for him. And that will probably just about be that. Yeah, I'm trying to protect Trpic a little bit right now. I'm wondering if someone like Trpic is better off going out on loan next season. A couple of the youngsters, even someone like Ormarkic. What I want to make sure, and Ormarkic may not be there, but I'm pretty sure Trpic would be, is second tier. If he goes off and plays a full season in the second tier with, say, Bordeaux, for example, then that could do wonders for him to come back with us and then be a little bit of a star. But we'll wait and see what happens through the summer. Dekic to Palumbo. Can we get a farewell goal for Tolik? Rovis has another go. But it is just wide on that occasion. And that is going to be that. A nice, comfortable 3-0 home win to say goodbye to the season. It's been a very, very disappointing season. There is no doubt about that. But good performance from Bekenic on his farewell as well. So, yeah, I think we can be pleased with that. So that is how the league table wraps up. 73 points. It's a good season. I think if we look at that, Rijeka and particularly Dinamo have gone to the next level. And a bad season is 73 points, then that's not the end of the world, is it? So there we go. Bekenic bids farewell. Ormarkic is going to get a pay rise. Pranjic ends his goal drought. And yeah, like I say, I am increasingly wondering if we do keep him for another year. Now, the advantage of that is also that it would allow us to then go and send out some of the promising kids to go and play in the second tier and have him around to get the goals for us in the league if needed. So I'm increasingly liking that plan to the point where we might do the lesser spotted untransfer listing during an episode. So there we go with that. Now you've seen it all. Bergic, now he's coming back next year. He's played a full season at Bordeaux, and I think we'll probably keep him around next season. Rovis on form. It was a good goal, good key passes. I'm really curious to see if you guys actually do vote him as player of the season or if he goes somewhere else, because he's just Mr. Reliable, as a couple of you said when you were nominating him. But that is that. Guys, wait right there. It will be end of season awards up next, and we will find out who's Viewers Player of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Jarun end of season awards. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jarun. Thank you, Zagreb. Thank you, everybody, and welcome to our end of season awards. It was, a disappointing season, but, you get to the last 16 in the Europa League, third in the league. It's not a bad, disappointing season in a way, is it? So, the guys did their best. I think I need to take a little bit of a blame, but most of the blame obviously falls on the players. But good effort anyway, guys. Good effort. So the first award this evening is the Golden Pen, awarded to this season's signing of the year. And we signed a few good players this season, there's no doubt about that. But the man that's going home with the pen is Martin Palumbo. The next award is the Golden Card, awarded to the player with the worst discipline. And this guy can perhaps consider himself unlucky not to win the Golden Pen, but he does have the golden card. 8 yellows and 1 red. Congratulations, Timothy Pembele. The next award is the Golden Spoon, awarded to the man who feeds the strikers, the player with the most assists. And we know that our wingbacks tend to get, they tend to get the most assists. It should be the golden wingback, really, shouldn't it? But this guy got 11 this season to take home the spoon. Congratulations, get back up here, Timothy Pembele. The next award is the Golden Anchor, awarded to the man that we can rely on, the player with the highest average match rating. Now, a little bit of controversy here. I think that the award is being given to perhaps not the player with the highest average match rating, so I'm not sure where the where the winner has come from, but with an average match rating of 7.16, which is undoubtedly not the highest. Congratulations nonetheless. Through the loophole you go, Martin Palumbo. The next award is the Golden Cross, awarded to the player who missed the most of the season with injury. And this guy's injury, it's probably cost him his Jarun career, to be honest, but we'll see what happens over the summer. So congratulations goes to Mr. Broken Leg, Marko Tolic. The next award is the Golden Soother, awarded to the baby of the team, this season's best young player. And this is another guy that can consider himself unlucky not to have won the Golden Pen, to be honest. But again, at least he gets something. Congratulations goes to future Socceroo, Noah Skoko. Next up, it is the Golden Boot, awarded to this season's top goal scorer. And if we're honest, this boot should have a hole in it because we did miss a few. I think we missed more than we scored this season, unfortunately. But this guy, he was Mr. Reliable in Europe, if not in the league. 16 goals is not really the tally that we're looking for from our top goal scorer. But nonetheless, congratulations, Igor Matanovic. The next award is the Horse's Ass, awarded to this season's worst player. And this was one of the most easy decisions I think I've ever had. So, congratulations. The Horse's Ass goes to my worst signing of the season, Kelvin John. And now it's time for everybody's favourite award at the club. It is the Viewers' Player of the Year. I want to thank everybody who took the time to nominate and also vote for their Player of the Year. And I can tell you the man you have voted is the unsung hero, Mr. Dependable, Michal Roberts. Now, before we get to announcing this season's Player of the Year, we do need to acknowledge the team of the season. So if you just direct your eyes up to the board, you will see the goalkeeper is Nasevic. Your back three is Damjanic, another one that could have been signing of the year, Zevic and Dashka. Your wing-backs are Pembele and Rovis. Your midfield trio is Bosniak, is Skoko and Palumbo. And the front two is, of course, Matanovic and Fillet. Congratulations, guys. You've all been magnificent this year. Well done. And now it's time for the big one. It is the Golden Star for this season's Player of the Year. And it's a difficult one. Difficult one to pick one because we have had some very good players. Just not quite gelling, individual errors perhaps is why we haven't gelled as a team. But anyway, congratulations goes to Martin Palumbo. Congratulations to Martin and the rest of the winners this evening. It's going to be a busy summer, a summer of change. Hopefully I can get everything done before the season starts up again in mid-July, which is just very, very early to start a season, isn't it? But yeah, we've done okay. And there's definitely room for improvement, but we've done okay. And I look forward to seeing you all back again next season as we look to get our title back from Dinamo Zagreb. Thank you, everybody, and good night. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, end of season awards are done. Let's review the season. The new arrivals, let's have a look. So signing of the season was Palumbo, which is probably not surprising, although Pembele will consider himself a little bit unlucky. So Pembele was rated a B. Palumbo only a C+ is a little bit surprising. Wages are too high. I don't think so. Skoko an A. That was very good. Santiago, I think, has been a bit of a revelation for us. Don't like the Zevic one. Fair enough. Mesic was a bit of an opportunity signing. He did fine. Sakanji, currently the only goalkeeper at the club because Nasevic has agreed that move away, so that's good news. Kelvin John, disgrace. E is being generous to him, I think. And a young South African, then A-. Yeah, not sure he's going to make it. Did anybody go out and do anything? Purser went to Dubrava. Looks like he played a lot in the second tier. Chima, yeah, not surprised he didn't do much. And at least he played. And same with Tommy G, came off the bench a fair bit. And then anybody else here? Rakic, no, he didn't really play. So yeah, not too many people going off and doing things, which is fair enough. I mean, we don't sell good players if we can help it. Only a C+ in the league, and I'd say that's just about fair enough. We should be coming second, realistically, at this point. So I can accept Dynamo having a good year and beating us. Rijeka's disappointing. Champions League, only a B. That's maybe being generous to us as well. Yeah, having beaten Celtic, it just seems like such a waste, doesn't it? Now, if you're wondering how Viking did, not good. I think they had 3 points in the league phase themselves, so yeah, not great. Only a B in the Europa League is probably fair. Maybe a slightly harsh, maybe a B+, but we were disappointing at times, weren't we? This is the cup. Yeah, that is fair enough. It actually ended up being won by Slaven Belupo. They won the cup, and this is the Super Cup. Well, it was a one-off game that we won, so well done to us on that one. So biggest win was a 4-0 against Celtic, and that arguably on the 28th of July was the high point of the season, wasn't it? The match to remember, the 2-0 win in Besiktas was a very good win. The game after that was the second leg was probably the one to remember, wasn't it? And goal of the season came against Celtic, and I think we will all remember that Tommy Santiago strike. It may have even been his first for the club. It was truly stunning. The finances, obviously, having not played in the Champions League this year, they're going to have taken a little bit of a hit. Sponsorship was up though, so that's good. Everything else though obviously was down, and that is fair enough. Still a 3-star reputation team, and 153 grand in shirt sales. Palumbo number 1 with Filat, Kakavanga, Matanovic and Santiago. No doubt at the back of that Celtic goal, few of those shirts were sold. Team of the season. Do we have any major disagreements here? I've got to say probably not. That is actually just about nailed on, I'd say, the team that I would consider our best team. So yeah, that is completely fair enough. Well done game on that one. And the accolades. So Palumbo was the player of the year. Skoko, young player of the year. Signing of the year was, I almost got all these spot on, I think. Matanovic was the golden boot. 16 is a little bit of a poor return, but it is what it is. Pembele with the golden spoon. Matanovic with most man of the match awards. Pembele with the golden anchor as well. And Hartman with the most passes completed, for whatever that's worth. So the records, there were lots of records this season. Most goals in a league game for Palumbo. Most clean sheets by Nesavic, who is, of course, as I said, now left. Most man of the match awards. Pembele, well done to him on not just winning the golden card, but setting a new record as well. Love to see that. Most league appearances by a player was Dashka, who is one of the last of the originals. Most league goals by a player, that was broken by Filat. And then youngest player was Rakic, and youngest goal scorer, Turpic's goal, was the youngest ever by a Jarun player. So well done to everybody on that front. And Zebic, I meant to tell you this, he won the Croatian Young Player of the Year. So not our Young Player of the Year, but like the country. So the FA award. So well done to him on that front as well. So history in the making. And yeah, only the one sort of Mourinho trophy this year, but that's okay. We can't win them all, can we? So there is the team of the series so far. Actually, we'll come back to that in a second, because there's one or two other things here I want to catch you up on. We do have 2 players off to the Euros, Zebic and Mesic, I should say, with Croatia and with Slovakia even. There is a confirmation of the Nesavic transfer. And the other thing I wanted to tell you is we have our budget for the summer transfer window. So 95 grand in wages and then 6 million in transfer budget. Now, we've sold a few players, which is going to have inflated that. But that is, we can work with that, I think. And we'll probably sell 1 or 2 others, and we'll probably get some more wages off the books as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this season's transfer special, I've got to say. But yeah, while we get to goal of the season, this is our team of the series so far, so have a look at that. As you guys will know by now, the Santiago goal plus 3 others I deem worthy will be available for you to vote. So at the end of this little compilation, click on the link down below like you would do to vote on the Viewers Player of the Year. And yeah, vote for which goal you think was our best one, and we will announce the winner early next season. If I remember, it'll be the first episode of next season. So that is that. I look forward to seeing you all for the summer transfer special, and there's going to be a lot of action because this season wasn't good enough, was it? Take care. And here are our top 4 goals from the 27-28 season. Don't forget to vote for your favourite.